J-Man, the Vanderwaal fan, back at it again with another video. As always, I'd like to welcome all my fellow Vanderwallers and any guests who might be discovering Grace for the first time. If that is you, then you are in for an absolute treat. Before we get started, there was a comment in one of my videos that I'd like to talk about. And this person knows who they are. Um, this person stated that Grace has thrown away so many songs. She has. Um, but one thing about Grace that I find to be one of the most amazing aspects of her and who she is the fact that she literally gives us so much. Um, if you look at it, if you look at the reality of it all, she gives us more content than the artists I know of. We have songs that we may never get to hear professionally recorded, but they exist. They're out there. We get to enjoy them. It's her saying, "Here, I may never lay this down, but at least now you get to hear it." It's an amazing aspect about her that I find to be very intriguing and very wonderful. So many artists don't do that I know of. But she literally gives us song after song after song after song. And she gets us through her dry spells where she's not putting out any official recordings or an EP or an album or anything, a single. She buys that time with all that music she gives us. Wow. It didn't hit me till I saw that comment that, you know, she has put out so much content, so many songs, so many. And we are privileged enough fan base to be able to have an artist in our midst that does that for us. I apologize for being a little quiet. My wife's in the middle of a photo shoot, so I'm trying not to disturb anything. Um, but I thought this would be a good time to make the video. But anyways, I want everyone to remember that whenever they think Grace is throwing these songs away or throwing songs away, she's giving them to us. She throws a lot of them away, I know. There's a lot of songs we'll never get to hear, but at least we get to hear the ones we do. And thanks to people like Tom Smith and the Grant Tribe and people like that, Sam Borgman, those songs live on. And also, the fan pages and when you talk about Tom Smith and Grant Tribe and people like that, uh, they take these Instagram lives that are posted and they cut them down to the songs. And thanks to them, we have them. A huge thanks to them. I mean, seriously, Grant Tribe, Tom Smith, and others like that. Thank you so much for what you do for the Vanderwaal community, the Vanderwaal community. I, for one, am grateful because Tom Smith specifically did one that I was really happy about recently, and that was the Secrets and Lies. I loved that. I loved that entire live stream, and I always had to I always had to skip to the end to hear the song, and then Tom Smith just, hey, here you go, here it is, Secrets and Lies, and I was so incredibly pleased, so incredibly happy. So thank you guys for what you do, because we get to enjoy those songs because of you, and solely those songs, not the whole. We can watch the Instagram live, but we get to enjoy the songs she performs on those Instagram lives because of people like you. And so thank you so much for what you do. It's such a small thing that you do, but it's so big in my world. For me, it's so huge because I absolutely love all of those songs that, wow. Um, we are going to be listening to Mac Miller now. Well, we're going to be listening to Grace Vanderwaal singing Mac Miller, which for me is huge, as I am a Mac Miller fan. My wife introduced me to him, and I am thrilled that Grace did a Mac Miller song because Mac Miller is one of those you don't touch. He's just I've wouldn't trust just anybody doing a Mac Miller song, period. But Grace, I think she fits the bill if anybody does to do a Mac Miller song. Mac Miller's voice is very soothing. He's very talented. May he rest in peace. He was very talented, and um, he was very good. Uh, he was taken from us far too soon. Far too soon. But he will live on in all of the stuff that he did, which is Jet Fuel is probably my favorite song. I know what it's about and everything, but I just love the way it's written and performed and everything. Of course, I love Self Care. Um, but we're here to listen to Grace sing Swimming, which I thought was an album. I don't know. I don't know. I thought it was an album for some reason. Um, anyways, let's get that pulled up. She's in a nasty bathroom. Okay, so Mac Miller swimming, nasty bathroom. Mac Miller swimming in her nasty bathroom. That's gonna be it. Let's get started.
My regrets look just like texts I shouldn't send. And I've got neighbors and I'm more like strangers. We could be friends. I just need a way out.
That right there is one of the things I love about Mac Miller songs is, I mean, it's nothing super. It's the way the vocals fall, the way the vocal patterns are written has always impressed me with him. Like I said, I'm not a big lyrical person. I don't really listen to the lyric. I do listen to the vocal pattern because the vocal pattern is part of the music, and I just love the way his vocal patterns are. They're just so beautifully done. I've always been a fan of his vocal patterns, and that right there is a perfect reason why I believe Grace is perfect to do a Mac Miller song. Right there, you just saw it. I just love those kind of vocal runs. I believe are I believe they're iconic of him personally.
I'll do anything for a way out. My yeah, in my own way. This feels like living some alternate reality. I was drowning, but now I'm swimming through stressful waters to relieve. Oh, and the things I do to spend a little time in hell. And what I won't tell you, ooh, I probably never even told myself. Don't you know that sunshine don't feel right when you're inside all day? I wish it was nice out, but it looks like rain. Gray skies, I'm drifting, not living forever. They told me it only gets better. My regrets look just like texts I shouldn't send. And I've got neighbors and I'm all like strangers. We could be friends. I just need a way out. I'll do anything for a way out my head.
Mm. Okay. Um, I've heard that before. It was a long time ago. Her voice, God, her voice. How could anybody? How could anybody get tired of that sound? Mac Miller is just like I said. I believe he's one of those that you. I just wouldn't trust anybody to do his music. I wouldn't trust just anybody to do his music. I wouldn't. There's a certain way that he presented his lyrics, the vocal patterns he chose, and the arrangements he chose that just resonated with me. I'm not the biggest fan. It's not my cup of tea or anything, but I love listening to it when I do. And Grace is the only one of the only ones that I know of that I feel is worthy of doing a Mac Miller song because Mac Miller just had his way about him. And of course, Grace is Grace, and Grace is my favorite artist of all time. And nobody can do what Grace can do. Nobody. So her doing a Mac Miller song is just fitting because she gives it the feeling and the emotion and the that was beautiful. I mean, God, that was beautiful. I just had to close my eyes on that one. I didn't because seriously, this is just she's incredible. God, she's incredible. Even if I didn't like Mac Miller, I would love that song now. And it's because she just like I said, Mac Miller has a certain way of his presentation of his vocals and everything, the vocal patterns, the way what the arrangements he chooses, the way he does his vocal runs. It's something to be respected for sure. And Grace just knows how to she knows how to do any of that stuff. So she knows how to nail anything that you throw at her. And that right there was beautiful, well done, well presented, and absolutely flawless. God, the layering, that girl. I personally think that Grace is the greatest singer songwriter ever. You can go back to the beginning of music, as far as I'm concerned, and you just won't find anybody that like her, to my opinion. Let's go back to the end of the beginning of modern music. There's nobody like her. She's got this beautiful tone to her voice, and she's got this amazing ability to capture the emotion and share it with you without even trying. It's like natural for her. She's a storyteller. God, that was beautiful. Mac Miller's the only one that could have done that song justice, in my opinion, and other than Grace, because, like I said, Mac Miller just has this way about him, and Grace has this way about her, and I would have loved to have seen them do something together. God, I know their voices would have just been right there with each other because he has this real soothing voice and she has this just she her voice is whatever the hell she wants it to be at the moment. Seriously, she is literally the most amazing singer I've ever heard in my life. And Mag Miller would have been great if they could have been able to do something together. If you want to know my opinion, the other person I'd love to see her do something with would never happen. Would be Billy Joel in his prime. I think they would have done. I think that would have been an amazing thing to see. But we're past all that. Mac Miller, God rest his soul, has left us, and Billy Joel is aging, and I don't know what he even sounds like anymore. But let's just say Grace Vanderwaal. It would have been amazing to see some of those. It would have been amazing to see her perform with either one of them. It would have just been amazing. I just feel it in my bones. But I saw somewhere that Grace can sing with anybody and make them, yeah, honestly, I'd feel bad. Like I when she did when she performed with Jason Mraz on the Special Olympics. I got to be honest with you, Jason Mraz is a fantastic artist, a fantastic singer, has a great voice. But I lost all interest the second Grace opened her mouth to sing her verse. All of it gone. I only was focused on Grace's voice just towers over anybody she works with, anybody, even Cyndi Lauper. I'm sorry. I thought that performance was fantastic, and I love Cyndi Lauper, but Grace just, she has this way about her. Her voice dominates anything she does. And I don't think it's fair to anybody that she sings with, even Ingrid Michaelson. I didn't even tell my wife that she was in that song, Rockin', what is it? Um, I can't remember the song. It was a Christmas song. Rocking around the Christmas tree. Was that what it was? Anyways, I didn't even tell my wife. I just put it on, and she said, "Is that Grace?" She pinpointed her voice out of the two of theirs. So I mean, it doesn't matter who she sings with. She's gonna outshine them in my book. Period. Period. That is Grace, and that's the Grace I love. I want everybody to remember that. What I said earlier about her music. Next time you think like she's throwing songs away, remember she's giving us songs. She's giving us a gift that no other artist is giving. And that is one of the that's one of the many reasons that I am proud, so very proud to be a Vanderwall, aside from the fact that you have Tom Smith and Grant Tribe and all these other fantastic fans and Sam Borgman who are literally collecting her life and letting us sharing it with us and editing her live streams so that we can have the wonderful songs. I mean, these people are incredible, and I've never seen a community like this with any fan base. And I'm proud to be a Grace Vanderwalt fan, but I'm equally as proud to be a Vanderwall. And the reason why is because of all the people that are in it are true, and they are real, and they are absolute bound. Um, they are absolute hellbound. Not hellbound. I shouldn't say that. That's. I was just thinking of a way to put it. They're absolutely focused 100% on supporting Grace and doing everything they can to make sure that her path is clear to get her where she deserves to be and where she deserves to be. Where does she deserve to be? In my opinion, she deserves to be at the top. And thanks to everybody out there who's doing what they're doing, she might just very well get there. Thanks for watching. And I hope you enjoyed this because I did. And I hope you remember she's a gift. Cherish it. It will not happen again in our lifetime. Thanks.